Alright, this is my tutorial for the bows that we do for the Staff Sgt. Maupin Memorial Ride. We put these on the motorcycles to decorate. I've been asked to do a tutorial on them because others wanted to learn how to make them as well for other events, and if anyone wants to help make bows for that ride, that would be awesome. This is the kind that I use. It's just, I get it from Amazon.com. It's outdoor, it's waterproof ribbon, so it goes really well. It's good for outdoors. This is 100 yards. It's cheaper to kind of get it that way. They used to make a brighter yellow, but they discontinued that, and it's kind of a little lighter, a little bit more dull, but it does the job. I've tried a whole bunch of other kinds, and the other kinds tend to rip really easy and everything. You're also going to need this. I get this off of Amazon.com as well. It's just your average curling ribbon. They don't have too many colors of yellow in this, so this one's darker, of course, than the ribbon we're going to use for the bows, but it does the job. Easier to tie it on bikes, poles, stuff like that. Also, you're going to need tape and scissors. Very easy. You don't need a whole lot to do it. These are the bows. This is what they're going to look like afterwards. I've started to make bows for other things as well. Baby showers and stuff. You just kind of can work with different ribbon. So here's how we get started. You take this, start with this. I figure I've tried with different widths as well for the bows to get this size ribbon. You are going to look at maybe starting this, maybe the size of a can of veggies, an aluminum can of veggies, or a tin can, whatever. You're going to get to this, do one time around, then you're going to take your tape, a piece about the size of your ribbon. If you have to overlap it, fold it over, that's fine too. Kind of put your tape in that to hold that in place. I've tried different amounts around. What I have found that works and will get it to this fullness is 5 times around. So ultimately it will be 6 layers. So once you get this, you're going to go 5 times around. I will undo some of this, unwrap it. It's easier to roll that way. So you're going to feel, what I do is feel for the tape with your thumb. So you're going to go 1 time, 2 times, 3. Sometimes it will ravel. 4, 5. Okay. Then you're going to take it a little past where the tape is on that 5th time around. You're going to cut it a little past. Okay, like right here where my pointer finger is, that's where the tape is. So I'm going to go a little past, cut it off. Then you're going to take it and flatten it so the tape is in the center. Like this. You're going to fold it over again in half. Going to squeeze down the bottom, and you're going to cut a piece off here and a piece off of this side. Leave an area in the center so you can tie that together. So you're just going to kind of go at an angle or try and round it off. It's hard. It does not have to be uniform. Just get it as close as you can. And we're going to do the other side. You will have a lot of this left over the more bows you make, so if you want to use do confetti or something with it, it's a lot of waste if you don't do anything with it. I know I can't think of anything that we need it for, but so when you get that cut, it looks like this. You unfold it, make sure you have the flap here on the right side. You're going to take this, your curling ribbon, and cut off a piece of that. It doesn't really matter how long, as long as you have, depending on what you're going to tie it to. If you're going to tie it to poles, you might need more string. But this is pretty much, you can always add more later, but this is to keep it in place, and it's perfect for tying it on motorcycles because you don't want too much flapping around and disturbing whoever is driving. So you're going to tie it around to hold that in place, and I always just knot it twice and kind of pull it tight. That way it doesn't go anywhere. And pull. A lot of times I will make a lot of these this way and not fluff it yet, because once you fluff it, it smashes very easy. So I will, a lot of times if I'm out or at a swim meet or something like that, or waiting for kids to get out of practice, I will just make a whole bunch of these. It saves time. That way later I can just go and fluff them. So that's a little pointer that I have there. Something I've learned over the years. I've done this probably 4 years, 3 or 4 years that I've made ribbons, and I think I've kind of gotten the science down now, which helps. It's kind of nice, and it took me long enough. So hopefully this will help you as well. After this, to get it from this to this point, you're going to kind of hold the ribbon, the curling ribbon, with one hand. You're going to take, I'm going to alternate, and hopefully you'll be able to see easy on the video how I turn it. I take one of the loops from the middle, I get it from the center, and you take it and you will twist it. And as you're twisting it, you can flip to the other side. So I will alternate sides. That helps to get it fluffy and to kind of fill out more. Go to another one, take from the center loop and twist it. And in the process, turn to the other side. As you're doing this, you can kind of put your fingers in and kind of take out any wrinkles. You will probably get wrinkles in the process of doing your other loops, but it's easier to straighten them out that way. Okay. Again, twist and turn. Take the loop out of the center, twist and turn. Again, loop out of the center, twist, and then turn. And keep doing that. The more you do this, the less loops there are in the center, of course, that it's harder to find them once you get more of these out. So twist and turn. Just keep doing that until you are all out of loops. Like I said, the kind of ribbon that you use, I've used some ribbon that tears apart every time you do this. So this is by far the best ribbon that I've used for these. Okay. As I said, when you get closer to the end, it's harder to tell sometimes where you're at. So find the last loop, and I'll have one more on the other side as well. Sometimes you have to look a little bit, but it will be the one that's not turned yet. Sometimes you have to dig in there a little. Look, turn, and kind of, you can pull it kind of to the center. Once you have them all twisted, you can kind of straighten them out. You can kind of move them. If you see one, you can kind of move it to the center, twist it, anything to fill it out. This ribbon tends to be very sturdy. Also easy to move. So you can kind of arrange them how you wish. Kind of get the wrinkles out. There's some wrinkles on the side. And there you have it. So here is one of the bows that I make.
I know that one.
And fill it out.
Yeah.
And there you go.
I know that. I know that one.
Sometimes you have to work with it a little bit, but there is one of the bows for the ride that we do every year.
Yeah.
So very easy. You kind of just have to play around. But like I said before, make a whole bunch of these. That way when you go to fluff them out, you can do this at the last minute. I store them in boxes or gift bags. I don't smush them in there because they smash really easy. I just kind of throw them in there. And I normally write on the bag or the box how many I have in each one, but I don't, I try not to put too many in there.
Yeah, Mommy.
So that is that.
Yeah, Mommy.
Hopefully you are able to do this very easy.
Yeah.
Like I said, a lot of trial and error, but
Yeah. I know
there
that.
you go.
Thank you.
That's how you do the yellow ribbons. And say hi.
Hi.
All right. Thank you. Hopefully this has helped.
You're welcome.